What's going on, everyone? Pause here, and welcome back to another episode of Mindcrack. I can't believe it, episode 2. I know there's a couple of you guys out there who probably can't believe it as well. The world must be ending. 2012 is actually happening in 2016. That is a spooky thing to even think about. So what you're seeing right now is just basically me. I went on the server and just kind of did some resource gathering, lighting up places and all that. I did talk over it because I had to go through my last YouTube videos comments section down below to look for some questions that I had you guys ask me, because like I said, it's been a very, very long time since I've done like a Mindcrack type of thing, and it definitely feels a little bit, it feels good. Like I said, it feels weird to be back because it's been so long, but it feels good to be back on the sense that I missed this. I missed the vlog style commentary, as Pyro would probably call it there, or something like that. But anyways, let's get into the chunk of the video you guys would probably be interested in. So I went through all the comments. Some people didn't do the hashtag #AskPause, because the reason why I say to do like hashtag #AskPause in the comments is because it actually makes it a little bit easier for me to go through and basically just, you know, Control F and then search for the keyword words. So in future ones, just letting you guys know why I decided to go with that route. But the first one comes in from Azure. Oh God, oh my God, future apologies if I butcher your name. I don't mean to, okay? And Marizard actually got this one put up there with the actual proper hashtag. So Pause, what do you think of the Nintendo Switch? So the Nintendo Switch has me very, very intrigued because obviously it's Nintendo. I'm very excited. I always get excited for new consoles. Well, that's not true. The PS4 and the Xbox One, I didn't really get too much hype for, but anything that Nintendo does, I don't know what it is about Nintendo. It's obviously like it holds a soft place in my heart because I fucking love Nintendo games. Like, I mean, even the Wii U, I love the Wii U. There's Mario Kart 8, Super Mario Maker. Oh my God, there's so many other games out there that I could just name, and the Switch coming out has me very excited for one, the whole, obviously, you know, it's portable and all that. But I mean, like, for me, the thing is, there's still so many questions that need to be answered. And if I'm not mistaken, there is supposed to be what is it? Like a press conference held in 2017, which will probably address some of the issues like battery life, downgrade of graphics if you go on portable, you know, things like that. So I'm cautiously optimistic. Obviously, I'm very excited because, like I said, you know, always when a new console comes out, new games and all that, and I'm excited. So the next question we have comes from Michael Carlton. TTT? I wonder how annoyed Pause is going to be when he sees this comment. I'm actually not annoyed. Mostly because we started TTT up again. That's right, guys. You guys heard me correctly. If you guys go through my videos and all that, you will see that there is some new TTT. It is with myself, Jasky, who's a newcomer, Pyro, Arcus, and of course, my good boy, HC Justin. So if TTT was something you guys are excited for, it's on my channel. Go check it out. I'm excited it's back. That's all I can say. TTT, easily one of my favorite things I've ever done for YouTube, and still continues to be like that. Alex Loftus, will you make a Minecraft video with your child like Ari did? So for me, I do have I call him Bear. Actually, I've been calling him Musqua. Musqua means bear in Cree, so I don't know. I just been calling him that. I think it's cute. I love the name Musqua too. But I still, like, I put him in vlogs and everything, but I don't know about video games. Obviously, I mean, he literally just turned 1 not too long ago, so it's kind of hard to say what his interest will be when he's older. But if he wants to do it, I'm not going to say no. Obviously, it's going to be something that I will probably be there with him just to make sure that, you know, he's not getting into trouble or, you know, he's not getting harassed or something silly like that. But yeah, if it's something that he wants to do, I don't see an issue with it. I don't know. Maybe he'll grow up to hate games. He'll be like the best sports player, be like, I only did this because my dad just sits there playing games all the time. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Formal Cat asks, I know it's not Halloween anymore, but what are some of your favorite costumes that you had when you were a kid? Or just any you've seen that are cool? So this isn't really, I didn't have that many cool costumes when I was a kid. I was very, generic. I remember there was one time when I went as a hobo and oh God. So the coolest one was actually 2 years ago when I was living with my friend Joey and Kyle. And that year, it was the first year I was able to finally celebrate Halloween in Duncan, because the previous year we had Minecon, and then I forget the second reason. But yeah, like that year was the very first year that I was able to celebrate Halloween in my hometown here. And so I wanted to be the cool house on the street and get like, I went to Costco. I bought like 100 of the big chocolate bars, the one that I wanted to be that house. Yo, go down that house. He's giving away big chocolate bars, because it was my first time in like 3 years I was able to do it. And that year I also had a Slenderman costume. It was a very cheap looking one, but so what I did was I had my friend who dressed up in a Buzz Lightyear costume, Joey, and he handed out candy, and I'd stand there as Slenderman, and every once in a while I'd like kind of just move, and it's pretty surprising because there's so many young kids who are like really knew it, and I even had like one little girl say, "Can I hug Slenderman?" which is kind of weird, but the parents were there. It was just surprising because like I don't think she's older than 12, which is just weird, considering that Slenderman is more of like a mature type of subject, right? Sidwith Thief asks, since the game has changed a bit since you last played vanilla, what new features are you most excited for? I'm excited for new mobs. I guess there's even new territory in the end, if I'm not mistaken. There's new things. There's like shulker boxes. Oh my God, I don't know. Legitimately, it's been so long and I have not kept up with like information from like the subreddit or something like that to keep up with like all the updates. So I'm a fairly big scrub right now, and I'm just excited to get back into it. And it's not even just features, it's just plans that we've already discussed amongst some of us Mindcrackers. So it's so good to be back. I mean, it's been years since like all of us have done this, and I think a lot of us have missed it. I know Anders got back onto it, and he was like having a hell of a time. So I'm not really excited for anything in Minecraft. I'm excited for the group to be back together, basically. So Nikola Rudjevic. Oh God, I don't even know. Ooh. Pause, how do you think you've developed as a person from joining a Mindcrack to present time? This is a friggin' deep question, man. I think just overall, ever since like I joined Mindcrack and all that, obviously I've kind of gotten a bigger fan base and whatnot. I've obviously declined a little bit in the present time right now just because I haven't been really paying too much. I've been paying a lot of attention to Twitch, and I've also kind of just been putting out less videos on YouTube. So, but I mean, like, one thing I feel like I developed at like, one thing I've definitely developed as a person is to have a little bit more self-confidence in myself, in the sense that I can talk in front of people now. Like when I was in high school, it was so difficult for me to like remotely get up and do like the class presentation. I remember like if I had an assignment that I had to do in front of the class the next day, like a couple nights beforehand, I would have like the worst nights sleeping. I've always been kind of like an anxious person and all that. So for me, I was able to build up confidence and speak in a more professional manner, enunciating, not doing ums and ahs as much. I definitely still do it, but it's still improved significantly over the years. And because of that, I've always had like anxiety to talk over the phone and all that, but I've kind of gotten a little bit better with it. I still am very anxious to do it, but for me, I've developed in my social skills because I've been doing this for so long now. So Dallas Drotz asks, if I'm using an aging schedule to predict uncollectible accounts receivable, am I using the allowance method or direct write-off method? Got some account homework I could use some help on. Thanks in advance. The hell, I'm not your tutor? Kawaii Queen LP asks, do people not take their babies out trick-or-treating? I don't think so. I've never really seen any parents with, I guess like maybe next year if my kid is walking around a little bit more. I don't know. I feel like 3 is maybe like the appropriate age to go trick-or-treating? I don't know. What do you guys think is an appropriate age to take kids trick-or-treating? I don't think one, because like he can eat solid foods, but very, very small solid foods, cut up and all that. So I don't think I would trust my kid eating candy. Rios Gayu asks, your kid is about 1 year old now. He is 1 year old. 1 year. It doesn't say years. It said, I don't know why it made that plural instead of singular. Your kid is about 1 year old now. So what is your best moment with him so far? Honestly, I feel like right now is probably like the best moment right now, just because he's more aware. He's actually like, he has a personality. He's walking. You know, we can kind of communicate with one another. He points, I point too. He'll like look at it. He'll say something. He'll go that or something like that. He's not saying dad yet, but he's getting really close there. He just definitely says mama. So he calls out for his mom. I don't know. It's just overall, I mean, it's been such a. It's beautiful to watch life kind of like evolve from him being like as useless as like a squash, you know, like he just used to sit there and drool and I'm gonna cry and all that. But like, it's so cool to see him learn and adapt to like in his surrounding situations. Like I remember when he first started to like flip over from his back to his stomach, start crawling, I mean, we have our mattress just on our floor right now, so he can go from like the mattress to the floor just by like sliding off, and seeing him like evolve into doing that to safely propel himself off the mattress. Again, it's not very high. It's like not even half a foot. It's just him. But, you know, as a baby, it's kind of tall, but, you know, onto like, you know, sitting, standing, and now crawling and pointing. It's just, everything is so crazy right now. It's really hard to pinpoint one singular moment. Which game today? Hey, Pause, not sure if you've talked about this before, but I'd just like to hear your opinion on streaming versus making videos for YouTube, or I guess Twitch VOD now as well. Is one better, or are they just different? I've been making videos for years, but I'm looking to start streaming soon, so just wanted to get your opinion. Thanks. So for me, I'm not gonna lie, I personally enjoy Twitch a little bit more, mostly because for me, I love interacting with people. I love the people that come in, we chat, we joke, we troll each other. We have a community that's literally built just around me, I guess. And it's so cool to have, you know, like-minded people have fun with one another. We play games with each other sometimes. People make fun of me because I'm freaking terrible at games. I completely understand it. And to be honest, I just don't, like, editing is not my thing, and I've always been kind of like about my editing, so that over the years, you guys may have noticed me just kind of doing like start and cut, because I just don't feel comfortable editing. I've tried editing in the past, and I've had people compliment me on it with, like, you know, I've done a couple ones in the Counter-Strike, super simple, but people loved it and wanted me to continue, which was nice and kind of gave me a boost of confidence. But I don't know, it's just like some weird anxiety I have about it, which is just weird. But I don't know, I still love YouTube. There's definitely things I love about YouTube still, and which is why I still do it. But it's, for me, I enjoy Twitch a little bit more, but right now I'm trying to balance it out again, because I had it perfectly balanced a bit, and then like the past year I've just been kind of leaning towards Twitch and all that. So, but like I said, both are perfectly fine, and I enjoy both very, very, very much. Rare Briar asks, what is your ultimate omelet? So recently what I've been doing is I've been making a 3-egg omelet. Just your scrambled eggs, and then I cut up some baked honey ham. It's like natural selection, so there's like no preservatives, no antibiotics and all that. It's very #clean eating and all that. And then I put some cheese in it, and obviously making it into an omelet. And I'm Canadian, so I put ketchup on my omelet. Frig off, Americans. I understand that it's gross. It's just a Canadian thing, okay? Yo, give this video a thumbs up if you love ketchup on omelets, or just with eggs and bacon. Oh my God, now I want breakfast. Braden Burns asks, do you have a love for cars like beef? Not in the slightest. I don't know why. For some, like, okay, so I love racing games, but I really don't care much for like the simulator ones. I love Grand Theft Auto racing and all that, but cars just don't interest me. My favorite car though is definitely a Mini Cooper. I love them. The Countryman too. Oh my god. Mini, hook a brother up, dude. I will drive and pimp the shit out of Minis. Seriously, hit me up, Mini. Gerardo Trejo, oh god, probably butchered that name. Do you play Pokemon Go every day? I play Pokemon Go every day. I play Pokemon Go. Ace Goat, ask pause. Ask pause? I hope that was a typo. I don't think so. As a person with depression and anxiety, how do you balance self-care with being a parent? I'd love to be a dad someday, but my own issues really make me scared of that idea. So, obviously, for me, I'm very lucky because, like, I have Andrea who's very, very supportive of me and knows when I'm I have, like, a mood swing where I'm not myself, where I'm really depressed or really anxious, and she knows that I'm kind of like that. So obviously being both parents, both responsible parents, giving each other time, whether it be like an hour or two, just like away from the baby definitely really helps. But I don't know. It's definitely like a weird situation because like I've talked about this on my Twitter. I mentioned that one of the scariest things for me is like, I really hope that my kid grows up not thinking that I'm depressed or sad because of him or anything like that, because there are days where it is hard for me to really even get myself to smile, to force a smile, but I try my hardest to always do that. You gotta look at a kid. Like for me, whenever I look at him, he makes me smile. So I don't know, it's definitely very, very strange, very difficult, and it's something that God, I don't even know. It's definitely a very tough situation to be in at times. But like I said, giving each other, even Andrea, sometimes she gets very stressed out to the point where she asks or I ask whether or not I can take the baby, and she could just have like an hour or two to herself. Just it's things like that. You gotta be a little bit reliant on one another to help each other out and all that. So. At least that's the way I'm able to do it, is with my wife. Love you, Andrea. Squeaky Cheeky asks, pause, I love watching your videos. You're my favorite member of Team Canada anyways. If you could be any age for a week, what age would you be and why? So I never really thought about this. I mean, I've obviously, this is a very generic question, but believe it or not, my opinion has actually kind of changed. Now, I'm kind of assuming that maybe I can go, if I get reverted back to this age, I will come back with the same memory. I kind of want to be like, one-ish, 1.5-ish, 2, 1.5 to 3, because, we don't really retain memory from that young of an age, but I'd love to kind of just, see everything in the perspective of a child and remember it. I don't know. It's obviously something that has been changed mostly because I have a kid, but I still think that it would be cool to experience life in that form. Dominic Haskey asks, will you be checking out Doctor Strange? Oh my god, it released today! Dude, absolutely. I cannot wait. Benedict Cumberbatch, one of my favorite actors, looks trippy as hell. So yes, I'm very much going to be checking out Doctor Strange. Josh Benton asks, will AAA Mondays make a return to this season? Honestly, I don't know. Like, me and Andrea, we definitely had fun doing it, but it kind of got to a point where we were just getting very similar questions, and it was always like relationship. I'm not trying to make this sound like negative or anything like that, but we had a lot of people just being like, oh, I really like this person. How do I tell them? And it just became, a loop of basically the similar questions in relations to that. Every once in a while we'd get a good one, but like it was very difficult to keep everything fresh and kind of interesting when realistically we weren't getting that much or that many variants of questions. So I don't know, maybe we'll look into it. Maybe we'll make them like, I don't know. I'll talk to Andrea, and if you guys have like any I don't know. In the comments, let me know if you'd like to see AAA Mondays. Mr. Lemon23 asks, do you have a favorite sporting memory such as Jets game or the Canucks game with Beef and Good? Canucks game with Beef and Good was definitely good. One of the ones that really stuck out to me, I forget who was playing. I think it was, actually, I don't forget. It just hit me now. I remembered it yesterday when I saw this and recorded this today, and now it just hit me. I remember what team it was. I forget what year it was though, but we went to Calgary, and it was Calgary versus San Jose, and it was actually on, I think it was on New Year's Eve or close to there. I forget exactly what it was. I don't know if it was New Year's. Does hockey played on New Year's? All I remember was every single time that the Flames would score, there's like this big burst of flames, and we were like in the nosebleed section, and whenever the Flames scored, this flame would come out, and you just feel this heat, this just wave of heat hit you. And I remember that feeling of it like 2 times or 3. It was definitely more than once, that's all I know. But at the end of the game as well, they also ended up shooting fireworks in the arena, so that was very cool. Amethyst Raindrops asks, where did I leave my root beer? Do you mean this one? And last but not least, Timmy B, what has been your favorite part of being a new dad, and what has been the most challenging part of being a new dad? So I guess favorite part, like I said, experiencing my kid just evolving and becoming a new person pretty much every day. You know, like I said, from turning over to crawling to standing to walking to talking to pointing, all that jazz. The most challenging part, however, was kind of the one that kind of I wanted to answer. For me, it's a little bit strange, especially for like my situation. My wife breastfeeds. Obviously, it's not going to be everyone's choice of, or everyone's way of feeding a baby. Some people go with formula and all that, and either way is fine. But like for a lot of especially for people, I guess fathers in a relation with a wife who is breastfeeding, for me it's kind of, he's very attached to her for obvious reasons. You know, he's hungry and all that. So there's times where you kind of feel useless because there's nothing you can do. And at this point in time, like for him to feel better, he needs to eat and do all this. So there's times where you just feel like you can't really do anything. Not only that, but I mean, a lot of babies are attached to their mother because of that, because like, you know, they're always next to them, sleeping with them and all that. So they get that kind of bond. And if something kind of goes awry, typically, you know, the baby will want their mother. So you kind of feel useless at times. But the thing is, you gotta remember that it's not always going to be like that, because like I said, they're going to grow up, they're going to learn things, like know that we are 2 separate entities, and you know, he can be consoled by one or the other. It's just he has to learn that type of stuff. So for me, that's basically the most challenging part of being a father. But anyways, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you guys so much for the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed today's Q&A. If you guys enjoyed today's Q&A, be sure to leave a like on this video, as it does help with the channel a lot. And I hope to see some of you guys in the next one. Just joking. I want to see every single one of you guys. All right, guys. Peace out, Girl Scouts.